Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple as that. You look silver and black. Lot of bread invested in that O-line. Car insurance cost the arm and the leg to reach that goal line. It's go time.
What is up? 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 What is up, everybody? What is going on? What is going on? It is your boy Darion coming to you live with another video, ladies and gentlemen, with another live stream. And this has been one of the most craziest days. The way my phone just keep dying because all these news is coming out. Mind you, I put turn all notifications on for Ian Rappaport, turn all notifications on for Tom Pelissero, turn all notifications for Adam Schefter and all the Raiders people that's on Twitter that does it, man. So before we get into the 53-man roster and the talks about the 53-man roster, I'm going to say hi to everybody in the chat. What's going on, Jonathan Emmanuel Navarro? What's going on, Matthew, Swin Raider, Dominique 5, Hindo Ramirez, 805 Raider, Mazi Blue Raider, if I said that correctly, I'm sorry. Raiders all day, Jesse Cardenas, it says, what's good, Spotlight TN08, what's going on? B Al, what's going on? SJ, what's up? Freddie, what's going on? Aaron, 805 Raider. Pedro on Facebook, what's going on? Chevy Silver Raider, what's going on? Chaos, what's goody, what's goody, what's goody, what's goody? We are live, ladies and gentlemen. We are live to talk about this interesting 53-man roster, ladies and gentlemen. We're live, so please share this. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. This is your first time ever being here. The 53-man roster is underway. Now, I am going to share my screen, and we're going to be on Twitter because we're going to watch every move to this day. Raider 187, what's going on? Matthew Lincoln, what's going on? Robert Guerrero, what's going on? What's going on, fan? Raider Pete, New K69, Kenny Mack, Chris Brand. What's up, y'all? What's up? Untouchable Raider 1960. What's good? What's good? Honcho G is in the house. What's up? What's up? Everybody's in the building. So let me share my screen. Let's go to the Twitter, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Twitter and the tweets that's going to be coming out of the Las Vegas Raiders, man. It's going to be interesting to look at what is going on, but especially with John Brown asking for his release. Please let me know in the chat how y'all feel about this, ladies and gentlemen. How y'all feel about this? Because so far we have some more notifications coming up here. Let's see if it's Raiders related. If I'm not mistaken, let's see if it's Raiders related. So it says for John Brown to grant his release, it's kind of interesting to me. It's kind of interesting to see what's going on. Billy Hickman, what's going on? Jonathan, what's up? John Woods, what's up? Honcho called John Brown. I did a video on it too. Honcho, what's up? Honcho, if you're in the house, what's going on, brother? What's going on? But I knew about John Brown. I did a video on it. We didn't hear nothing. I guess DJ Turner makes the roster. I guess Willie Snead makes the roster. We still have some cuts that we still have to make, ladies and gentlemen. We still have some cuts that we still have to make. So before we go into anything, I am going to go to the Raiders Wire because they do have a tracker of the cuts that they're going to have. They have the cuts tracker here. So hopefully we can get that cuts tracker. So far we have Isaiah Johnson, Asmar Bilal, Matt Dickerson, Alex Ellis, Devery Hamilton, Kendall Vickers, Keelan Dawes, Carl Joseph, Dylan Stoner, Belidi, Ware Wilson, and John Brown. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That is 11 players that has been cut so far when it came to the Raider Nation. 11 cuts so far. So I'm just trying to make sure we keep update on everything that's going on here. But what is up, everybody? What is up? I don't know why he wanted his release. I don't understand. I don't get it. And hey, I said it in my video. It's a possibility. He did play all Sunday. And he seemed like he was him and Carl Joseph played Sunday. And both of them didn't, make it. Both of them didn't make it. And I'm just gonna be, completely honest. They just didn't make the cut. Why did we cut Carl Joseph? I don't know why we cut Carl Joseph. But I had a feeling that he probably didn't fit the Gus Bradley system. That could be another case too. That he probably didn't fit the Gus Bradley system. So I could probably understand why. Maybe they want to go young. And Carl Joseph, Carl Joseph has not lived up to the hype. He has not lived up to the hype since being drafted. Yes, he had one good year with the Browns, but he has not had no great years in his career. Let's get Cornell Powell from Clemson. The Chiefs released him. Why Leavitt and Lawson needs to go. The only reason why Lawson is not going to get cut, and I'm going to tell you why Lawson is not going to get cut, because he still gets he's suspended for the first 2 games. So he's not really considered on the roster at this moment. He's not considered on the roster. Now, Leavitt, I need Leavitt to go, but that's why Lawson has not been cut, because he's suspended for 2 games. So now, since he's suspended for the first 2 games, he's not really considered to be on the roster. So you can't cut him because he's not really considered to be on the roster. So that's another reason in why we have not cut Lawson. Probably after I can say after the first 2 seasons, then we might cut him. That's a possibility. That is definitely a possibility. They saying Keshawn Nixon needs to go. Hey, it look like he's staying so far. I have not heard any notifications yet. I have not heard anything yet on the news. I don't know if y'all saw it. This is the updated tracker right here. This is the updated tracker with Isaiah Johnson, Asmar Bilal, Matt Dickerson, Alex Ellis, Devery Hamilton, Kendall Victors, Keelan Dawes, Carl Joseph, Dylan Stoner, which I really love Dylan Stoner. I love that guy, man. Wilson and John Brown. So 3 receivers has been cut. 3 receivers has been cut to cut this 53-man roster. 3 receivers. Keelan Dawes, John Brown, and Dylan Stoner. That's what happens. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, y'all. We are going to open up the phone lines within the after the first hour of the show. Crazy how John Brown left. Raider Twan, he did not want to. From what I heard, he asked for his release. But the question is how much the Raiders is going to eat that $3.3 million that we were going to get him. That's my only issue. That is my only issue. How much of that we're going to actually have to eat that $3.3 million that we have from him? That's my only nerve-wracking thing about John Brown's contract. Salute to Dick Vitale. What's going on, Dick Vitale? I didn't even see you, my guy. I'm sorry. What's up, my brother KJ? What's up? Ray Dizzy, John Brown asked to be released. Yeah, he did. I'll take Teamer over Stoner. Yeah, I was kind of surprised that Teamer made the team, but I saw how he played on Sunday. It was worth it. Salute Swin. John Brown wanted to be a starter, not a depth chart. He asked to leave. It got shown the door. He sure did. DJ Turner and Dylan Stoner. DJ Turner makes the team, but our starting kick returner in depth at wide receiver was never high on John Brown. See ya. Ever seen the tape on Nate Evans from the Chargers and UCF? No, I never seen tape on him. If you want to send it to me at Spotlight Raiders Talk on Instagram. But we little here, man. When do we find out the rest of the cuts? Once we get the notifications. Once we get the notifications on who getting cut, then I will let you know. That's why I'm here. But it has been confirmed, ladies and gentlemen, according to Vinny B, that Amik Robinson has made the 53-man roster. It has been confirmed. That Amik Robinson has made the 53-man roster. Y'all gotta go on Twitter. Twitter is telling us the date when it comes to the tracker, when it comes to people being cut. But Amik Robinson has made the 53-man roster. That has been notified, and I've seen that from Vinny B on Twitter. I have seen that from Vinny B on Twitter. That happened. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel if this is your first time ever being here at the YouTube page. We're trying to get to 6K subscribers. That is the goal, ladies and gentlemen, to get to 6K. And we're going to keep, doing our thing over here, over on the Spotlight Raiders Talk. I'm really surprised about John Brown. I knew that was kind of going to happen. I knew it was going to happen to him or Willie Snead, but it looks like Willie Snead is going to make this football team. That's what it's looking like, him and DJ Turner, because Stoner was my surprise person. Stoner was my surprise. 4 o'clock tomorrow, all cuts will be made. I told everyone Joseph was going to get cut. Honcho, what's going on, brother? What's up, my guy? Listen, I'm right there with you, Honcho. I'm right there with you. I knew that our D-backs, we're too deep in the safety position. We're too deep at the corner position. I knew Joseph had a feeling he didn't really see much in training camp. You didn't see much of him. So with that being said, if you don't see much of a guy, he's going to get cut, basically. So I'm right with you there, Honcho. I'm right with you there. Is that the real Honcho? I could find out right now. If it's the real Honcho. I could check right now. Just give me a second. Give me 1 second. I can find out right now if that's the real Honcho. Honcho, let me know if that's the real you, bro. Let me know if that's the real you, because we might have some people in here, man. We might have some fake people in here. Amik played well the last game against the Niners. He sure did. They said Snead over Brown. Gerald McCoy, did he make it? Hell yeah, I think he made it. Otherwise, it's a boo. I don't know yet. I'm waiting for Honcho to respond. It is. He said he did say that. He did say it on his video. Honcho did say on his video that he knew that Carl Joseph was going to get cut. He knew. So shout out to OG for saying that. What's going on, OG? What's going on? I'm taking all questions in the chat. Until we open up the lines, because once we get all these players out of here. Listen, I'm gonna be on here for a little bit. I might be on here for 2 hours just to see the updated cuts, and then after that, I'll probably put some quick videos out to let y'all know. I hit up Graphk to see if he wanted to come on. He didn't respond. Cleveland Farrell is not starting this year. He's gonna be a rotational player. He's going to be a rotational player. So I'm not surprised at that at all. I'm not surprised at that at all. So let me go back to the bubble. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Showing love, Jackie the Raiderette. What's going on, my love? Mwah. Love you. Appreciate you coming through. There's some solid guys released from other teams. Yes, there are. That's why I think we're going to have less than 53 men. It's a lot of quality players that got released today from other teams. So hopefully we can pick them up off waivers, or we can sign these guys. But hopefully we can get some linebackers from these other teams, man. Like McKinney that got released from the Miami Dolphins. That was one that Honcho said that we should go out and get, and I absolutely agree with it. Yo, what's up, Spotlight? You're looking and sounding better, man. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it, man. It's happy for me to be back to do these type of shows again, man. It's back to do these type of shows. What's good, Benjamin? What's good, Todd Clemens? What's going on, y'all? Love your work, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Remember the folks that we could turn around and say, sign some newly cut guys and other teams to replace those guys that's cut as well. What's up, Spotlight? I think we're going to pick up a linebacker, or I think we're going to pick up one. I don't think we're going to trade for one. If we do, we're going to have to give up draft picks for that. So I think we're going to pick up one instead of trade for one. But we definitely got to go get some linebackers. What do you think about us getting Jalen Smith from Dallas? It depends on what the trade value is. What are we giving up to get Jalen Smith? What are we giving up? That's the biggest thing. What do you think about getting Emik, whether he was released from the Chargers? Simi, I don't know who he is. Never heard of him. What's going on, Ricky? We should sign Hameka Rashad from the Jets. I watched him at Oregon State. He should be a solid pickup. Okay. Linebackers, the offensive line on the lookout. Yes, Dave S. Yes, I agree. Some players have to make the team, then transfer to IR. Facts. That's true. The Cowgirls that are stacked at linebacker, they are. They are stacked at linebacker. Why not? Why not? They are stacked at linebacker. So make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. If you do want to become a member of the Spotlight Raiders Talk, make sure it's in the pinned comments if you want to become a member of the Spotlight Raiders Talk, because I am planning on doing member-only chats. So once the season starts, I will be doing member-only chats. So make sure if you want to become a member of the Spotlight Raiders Talk, make sure y'all do that as well. Let me go back to some. I did see a super chat. Shout out to Jose Lopez for the $1.99 super chat. We should have got Julio Jones. We should have, but I mean, things happen. It's part of the business. You know what I'm saying? It's part of the business. What's going on, Coach Dante? Coach Dante from my guy from the Spotlight Sports Network. What's going on? What's going on? Oh my God, it's a lot of questions going on. So if just give me some time to see everything. Just give me some time to see everything, ladies and gentlemen. Just give me some time. You sound awesome. Welcome back. I'm about to go to work at the COVID unit at the hospital missing. I was in the COVID unit. I know how it feels. I feel you, brother. Please be safe. Be safe. Do you think we're getting another wide receiver after we lost Brown Walk? No, we're not. I don't think, because we got too many receivers on the roster now with Hunter Renfrow, Henry Ruggs, Zay Jones, Brian Edwards, Willie Snead, DJ Turner. I don't think we're going to pick up another wide receiver. Is Jalen Richard cut? Not yet. I have not heard anything about Jalen Richard. Not just yet. I have not heard nothing. I am on Twitter as we speak, looking to see who has been updated with the 53-man roster. And according to Tashawn Reed, he said we'll get those Raiders roster cuts one day. But that happens. You know what I'm saying? That happens at the end of the day. So make sure y'all come on in and hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. That tracker is going to be there. So I'm going to unshare this. I'm going to stop this screen right now so I could talk to y'all real quick. Richard's still on the roster. As of right now, yes, Richard is still on the roster. Nothing on Richard yet. John Brown requested his release. Yeah, I know, Team Raider. I already know that, brother. I already know that. I like to get KJ. If we got the money to go get KJ right, then I would do it. That's the only thing I would do. Please, please, please. We have to God-given Nevin loss that he has to go. Well, Lawson can't get cut until he's back with the football team. So according to sources, what I've saw when it came to Nevin Lawson, since he's suspended for 2 games, he's not literally on the roster. So he can't get cut because he's suspended for 2 games. So that's what happens, y'all. So I'm gonna let y'all know at 6 o'clock, I am going to open up the lines. At 6 o'clock because I want to talk to y'all in the chat this way. So make sure y'all hit that like button, share this live, subscribe to the channel, tell a friend. We live for the tracker for the Las Vegas Raiders, ladies and gentlemen. This is going to be, has been a very, very interesting day. Very, very interesting day. We still have a lot of talent at wide receiver. Facts. Do we save money by cutting Brown? From what I've heard, I think we do. I have not heard any information on the compensation of losing John Brown. I have not heard any information. I'm on Twitter, looking at Twitter every chance we get. I am waiting to celebrate the cut of Lawson's coverage. Oh, gee, I can't with you, my guy. I can't with you, man. I can't. The Raiders usually one of the last teams to announce their cuts. Well, I mean, they cut 11 people so far. From what I'm seeing, they have cut 11 people so far. Jesus Christ, I might have to get some tissue because my ears is sweating. I look like a damn coach out this joint. KJ wants a lot of money. Yeah, he's not bringing down his asking price. That's why we're not going to get him. Salute OG. What's going on, Robert? Robert, what's goody? I wouldn't be surprised if Diablo gets cut. I don't think Diablo would get cut. I think that the problem with Diablo is that he didn't really have a much training camp time because he was nicked with an injury. Now, I say don't give up on a guy, especially a talented rookie like Diablo. He's going to learn this system. He just looked lost out there. He just looked out of place because he was thrown out there because he was healthy. Now, Diablo is healthy and he can learn under these veterans. I don't think Diablo will be cut. Absolutely. Did Levitt make the team? I have not heard anything on Levitt making the team or getting cut. I have not heard nothing yet, according to that. So, all right, let's see. We got some notifications on Twitter. Let's see what we got here as far as the notification gang. Okay, I have not seen. I don't see nothing yet. No updates yet, ladies and gentlemen. No updates just yet. No more updates. Please cut Levitt. Robert, salute. What's going on, Coach Dante? What's goody, my guy? They gave up on Isaiah. I don't think they gave up on Isaiah. I knew he wasn't going to make the team. I knew Isaiah Johnson wasn't going to make the team. He's too injury prone. Carl Joseph is better than Levitt, but I guess the coaches see otherwise. Can Richard make the practice squad? That's that's interesting. Can Jalen Richard make the practice squad? That's a big thing. I don't know. That's a possibility. Brown got $1.75 million signing bonus. His $1.49 million salary is guaranteed per OTC. Thank you for that information, Dave. I really do appreciate that, brother. I really do appreciate that. Jackie the Raider Red says Brown saw the O-line and said, "Release me." Yo, I can't with Jackie the Raider Red. What's up, OG Faye? What's goody? Coach Baby Trent. Hey, Coach Baby Trent, listen. Coach D over here, man. Pause. Coach Spotlight. That's what it is. It's Coach Spotlight. That's what I'm doing. Coach Spotlight. Diablo feels like Tanner Muse last year dealing with an injury in the transition to linebacker. Facts. That's exactly what Diablo went through last year. Please cut Levitt or someone else. Hopefully we bring back Joseph after put Mara on IR. That's the thing. Will Carl Joseph be on the practice squad? I don't see Carl Joseph as a practice squad player, but you never know. Listen, I'm gonna be like this for the last time, y'all. When it comes to Lawson, he's suspended for 2 games. So he's not literally considered to be on the roster because he's suspended for the first 2 games. So that's why they're not going to cut Lawson. If they cut Lawson, they're going to cut him after the first 2 games are done. After we beat Pittsburgh and after we beat Baltimore. He's going to be cut after those 2 games. IMO, he really didn't get a chance. Who didn't get a chance? Bernard! What is up, my guy? What is up? What's goody? Salute to Jackie. Salute to everybody in the chat, man. We got 135 people in the chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, y'all. The road to 6K is here. The road to 6K is here. I'm trying to get all the updates that I can. I'm trying to keep all the Coach Spotlight Raider. Then he got lucky. Yeah, he did get lucky. He did get lucky being suspended for the first 2 games. Is season ending IR or is short term? I think it's short term. For what I remember, I think it was short term. Hit that like, y'all. Yes, hit that like button. Let me check the likes real quick, man. Because there's no way we have, 126 people in the chat, and we got those certain amount of likes. Hold up. Wait a minute now. Wait a minute now. We got 70 likes with 126 people. What we doing, y'all? What we doing? We got 126 people in the chat with 70 likes. Let's get that up. Bro, I see you doing a good job. Thank you so much, man. Thank y'all so much for the love and the support. Really do appreciate it. Again, I'm super happy to see you back in Healthy Spotlight. Thank you so much, y'all. It just to let y'all know, y'all can say what y'all want about the vaccination, but I got my second shot today. There's a Bronco fan, someone who dislike. Let them dislike. But at the end of the day, I went and got my second shot today, and I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling absolutely fine. You know what I'm saying? Anyone know how bad Javin Watts hurt? I haven't heard about White's injury. I have not heard nothing about it. Vinny Thomas says, hopefully bring back the Hitman. And then they put Morrow and White on IR. But like on a long-term IR, I don't see that happening. Everybody hit that like button. It's 129 people in the chat. It should be 129 likes. Facts, Coach Dante. Talk that. I'm glad to see you recovering. Yeah, I'm actually recovering very well. I did my 10-day quarantine in a hospital, and I did my last 4 days of quarantine at home. So I'm able to go outside and do things, but I still wear a mask, even though I'm fully vaccinated now. I got a mask. I wear a mask. That's just what it is. Javin walked back onto the field wearing an ice pack. It's not as bad as it looked. Okay. We know that John Brown is cut. We know that. Raiders. Congrats, Spotlight. My second shot gave me a bad headache. That's the same thing too. I got a little headache, but I'm not, it's nothing that I can't deal with, you know. Grocery shopping with the fam. I got your text, my brother. Okay, it's all love, bro. It's all love, man. I'm gonna be on here for a little bit to give you more news. If you want to call up to the show, Docs, definitely do, bro. Because I'm gonna open up the lines in in the next 10 minutes. I'm gonna open up the lines. So yeah, so if you want to call up, bro, that's absolutely fine. I really do appreciate it, Docs. I told you about that. I got my second vaccination. So we should all be good. Man. It's all love. Even if I got to pop up on your show tonight, that's fine. I will pop up. I will pull up. I got all the time in the world today. I do. We had the box safeties and Abram Gillespie and KJ, and we need more Rinky backup to Morrick, so one could have the one that KJ Teamer proved that he could be in the preseason. He earned his spot. He did. Sorry, I had to take my medicine real quick. Second string and third string looked very bad play for the 49ers. It did, Walter Ross. It did. And that's why I feel like we're going to have less than the 53 men, because we're going to go out and get some of the players that has been released around the league. That's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Hoping Carl Joseph was going to get the axe. He did. We didn't see enough of him in preseason. I mean, we saw the majority of the game against the 49ers on Sunday, but we didn't really see him all preseason like that. We didn't see him that much. You know what I'm saying? The Raiders should look at wide receiver that Brown cut today, Hodges. We don't need to look at any more wide receivers. We cut 3 already. We cut Keelan Doss, Dylan Stoner, and John Brown. And then according to cutting those 3, we still got 6 or 7 receivers on the roster that haven't been cut. So why we need to go look at another wide receiver? We need to look at linebacker and offensive line because that's the weakest spots that we have when it comes to backups. It's a fact. We need offensive line and linebackers. We need that. I'm tired of saying we need to go look at wide receivers. Listen, if it's a valid wide receiver, I would say yes. But right now, linebacker and offensive line is our 2 weakest spots when it comes to depth. And it's been like that for years. And now we gotta find a way to address it. We gotta find a way to address it, Vinny. I'm sorry to tell you, bro, but that's just what it is. Spotlight salute. What's going on, Cool Cab 75? What's good, my brother? What's good? We need linebacker and O-line facts. I called it. KJ's getting cut. I don't have no notifications yet on it. Let me see. I don't see no tweets on it yet. I'm waiting for the tweets to come out. You know, I got the notifications on. I have not heard nothing about KJ yet. I'm really hoping Pyramid shows out at linebacker if he can stay healthy. That's been one of the problems. KK got cut. Who got cut? I have not seen anything of KK getting cut. But we are on the road to 53. I have not seen nothing yet on KK getting cut. Docs put a video about KJ getting cut. Okay. KJ was already cut. You know, it's in a few articles. I'm sorry. Oh, Carl Joseph. I'm thinking like KJ. Like, I knew Carl Joseph was going to get cut. We knew that already. I got the Gatorade bottle just like yours, Raiders for life. Beyond that, believe that. Shout out to Walter Ross, man. Listen, this is one of the best Gatorade bottles that I ever purchased. This thing is legit. I love it. I went to Facebook post KJ. Oh, okay. I see. That's what I got to do. I got to start posting the notifications on Facebook as well. If y'all have not followed me on Facebook, it's the Spotlight Raiders Talk. I'm live on there too. So, Kendall Victor's I knew that was coming. I kind of knew that was coming. Yo, I know Vinny said it. Carl Joseph Isaiah Johnson was the first to get cut for the Raiders. He was one of the first to get cut. Given our questionable track record and with first-round picks, Pharrell and Arnett, what linebacker we should trade for a first-round pick for? What linebackers are available to go trade for? I mean, I feel like Jalen Smith is a guy that I think we should go and get. The linebackers are stacked over in Dallas, and Jalen Smith might be the odd man out. So they've been talking about Jalen Smith and going to get him. It's some other line. We could go get McKinney. Bernard McKinney, he got released by the Miami Dolphins, and once he clear waivers, he's going to be a free agent. We need to pick up Mekhi Kaiser. Who is that? I don't know who Mekhi Kaiser is. Did you get flavors to go with it? Yeah, I did get flavors to go with it, but I drank them. I use them all. So this is just water as of right now. We need a backup center. Nick Martin is not a backup. Cowgirls are going to have a linebacker yard sale. Talk that talk, OG. Talk that talk. Is okay. Okay, is a cornerback or a safety? Nevin Lawson needs to go. I'm not repeating myself about Nevin Lawson. Nevin Lawson is not really considered to be on this football team due to the fact that he is suspended for the first 2 games. So you can't cut a guy that's already suspended. He has to wait till the 2 games, then he will be suspended. KJ is Carl Joseph. Should we be on the phone with Dallas right now talking to the linebackers? Yes. Yes, we should be on the phone. Calling Dallas. We should be calling Jerry Jones right now about linebackers. It's a fact. I was looking forward to seeing Hitman back in the silver and black. A lot of people was looking forward to that. A lot of people was looking forward to that. So let me go open up the lines real quick. I'm gonna cam down for a second. I am going to open up the lines, ladies and gentlemen. I am going to open up the lines. So let me cam down for 1 second. And I will be right back with everything. I'll be right back. I am back, ladies and gentlemen. I am back. All right, y'all. So the lines are going to be open. If you want to call up to the show, call 267-957-1431. If you want to call up to the show, tell us how you feel. Tell us how you feel about the cuts that's been going on. Call up and let us know. Call up and let us know. Ask us how you feel about everything. Because I don't know. We have not seen any extra cuts yet. And now it's the full 53 man roster is probably not going to be finished until tomorrow for the Raiders because we did it so late. But Brown was officially cut. John Brown did ask for his release and was able to what's up with Lawson. Valerie Pitcher said all right, so here we go.
CA 1909332 fourth.
Welcome to the Spotlight Raiders Talk with Spotlight. Who is this? Where you calling from?
What's up, big dog? It's Jalen P up in this. What's happening, man?
What's happening, man? What's going on with you? How you doing today, brother?
I'm doing fantastic, my brother. You know, out here working, trying to get this, a couple more pennies so I can get to some of them Raider games this year. You know how that is.
Facts. I mean, hopefully
Hey,
I could probably get to some games too.
Yeah, word, man. I know I'm gonna try to make that New York game for sure. But hey, check this out. Before we talk about this, I just wanted you to know I said a prayer for you, and I'm glad you're back, bro. I'm pretty sure a lot of guys on this, a lot of gals on this, we were waiting for you to come back. But again, Hammer, he was holding it down. Shout out to Hammer.
Shout out to my brother Hammer, man. It wasn't for him. I don't know where this channel would be right now. I'm just gonna be honest with you, but thank you for the love and the support, man. We really do appreciate everything that's been going on with this. So I'm fully 100% good, and thanks, man. I really do appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. Much love. Hello. I don't know what just happened. I guess I lost them. I don't know what just happened, man. But did Turner make the team? According to DJ Turner, according to what I've seen, I have not seen DJ Turner be released. So make sure y'all come on in, hit that like button.
San Bernardino.
Hello? Hello? I don't know what's going on. We'll try this again.
San Bernardino.
Can you hear me? I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to get him to come back on, but Scout said the roster's already down to 53. It was supposed to happen today at 4 p.m., but already submitted to the league. All cuts haven't been made public yet. Okay, so they said Raiders, according to Paul Gutierrez, Raiders announced moves, but what moves has been announced? That's what I'm trying to figure out. What moves has been announced? So if y'all want to call up to the show, man, call up to the show, 267-957-1431. I'm waiting for the list of players. I'm waiting for I'm on Raiders Wire on the cut tracker just to see who else got cut. And the last person that we saw get cut was John Brown. That's the last person that I saw get cut. I have not seen any updates of anybody else getting cut. My bad, big dog, bad reception. It's all good, Raider Pete. It's all good, Raider Pete. If y'all want to call up to the show and let your voice be heard about the transactions that happened today, make sure y'all call 267-957-1431. Turner was cut too. I don't think Turner was cut. I got the list right here. If you want to look at the list, I got the list right here. The list is Isaiah Johnson, Asmar Bilal, Matt Dickerson, Alex Ellis, Devery Hamilton, Kendall Victors, Keelan Dawes, Carl Joseph, Dylan Stoner, Belidi Ware Wilson, and John Brown. According to RaidersWire.com, that is the updated cuts.
San Bernardino, CA1.
Hello? Hello?
Can you hear me, big dog?
Yeah, I can hear you now, my man. It's your service, brother. Okay, I guess it's the service, brother. Are you serious? Are you serious? Reagans got cut? How in the hell did Trey Reagans get cut? That means we keep it Jalen Richard. That means we're keeping Jalen Richard. Sorry to say. Jalen Richard, Edmonds, Reagans, Edmonds, Derek Carrier, and Levette. I'm kind of mad about Derek Carrier, but at the same time, I'm mad about Trey Reagans, though. I'm mad about Trey Regis. Are you serious? That guy had one hell of a freaking preseason. How do you do that? How do Trey Regis don't make this football team? How? He's not Trey Regis. Trey Regis was better than Jalen Richard. Jalen Richard don't want to be a Raider. He took everything Raiders related from his Instagram. I'm pissed. I am pissed. There's no way Jalen Richard is not going to, I'm telling you, Trey Regis fit this offense better than Richard does. I don't care what nobody say. It's not, I don't want him to make the practice squad. But how does Trey Regis does not make the 53-man roster? So the following players, these are the following players that was cut. And here, and I'm gonna share it. I'm gonna share the screen now. Here we go. John Gruden and Mike Mayock, I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. All right, y'all. So here it goes. I don't know if y'all can see this or not. So we have Matt Bushman, Matt Dickerson, Keelan Dawes, BJ Edmonds, Jerry Green, Garrett Grosset, Hamilton, Devery Hamilton, Isaiah Johnson, Jared Jones-Smith, Levette, Morsley. How does Jimmy Morsley gets waived? What? Jimmy Morsley gets waived? Oh my God. These guys that had great preseason and great training camps. How you get rid of Jimmy Morsley? He had a hell of a preseason just like Trey Regis at the center position. Wow. Now Scott, Dylan Stoner, DJ Turner, and Kendall Vickers released the following players: John Brown, Derek Carrier, Carl Joseph, Patrick O'May, Belidi Ware Wilson, Asmar Bilal Asmar, Alex Ellis, and placed on reserve / suspended list is Nevin Lawson. I'm beyond. I am beyond right now. Morsley is gone? How? How, brother? How? Now, I really have a problem with process that John Gruden is doing. How does Trey Regis? Yo, I'm pissed. I am pissed. I am pissed right now. That's just Morsley could clear all waivers, but it's not about the practice squad. Morsley and Regis is not practice squad players, man. Morsley, I don't care what nobody say. Morsley and Regis are not practice squad players. They are 53-man roster quality. If you want to call up and at me on that, call up to the show. I am waiting for y'all call. Y'all can call me and tell me why. Y'all can call me and tell me why Morsley and Regis is practice squad worthy. Morsley should have made the 53-man roster. So technically, Nick Martin made the roster. So he's going to be the backup for Andre James. But this is crazy. Regis got cut. This is what we did with the other. What was the running back name that we had in the preseason and we end up cutting him to that had a great preseason? Please let me know his name. It's not about it, that one guy, 69. I understand that. But to have a guy like Regis with Josh Jacobs and Drake, just in case, God forbid, something happens to Drake or Josh, are we really counting on Jalen Richard to help carry that load? No, I'm not. Chris Warren, yes. I can't rely on Jalen Richard to be a number 2 running back if one of them go down, God forbid. I cannot trust Jalen Richard as a second tier running back. I just can't. Derek Carrier is going to. I just don't. I'm sorry, Regis. How can you have a guy in Jalen Richard that didn't want to be with the Raiders? He took everything Raiders renowned on his social media. He talked down to the Raiders, talking about he wanted out in the beginning of the offseason, and you keep him. He said he didn't want to be here. He took everything Raiders related down from his Twitter to his Instagram. He took everything down Raiders related. He took the Raiders out of his bio. But this is a guy that you want on your football team that stay injured, that don't want to get vaccinated. Sorry, I can't. Regis was needed. Man. He did. I could go to his Instagram right now. I could go to Jalen Richard's Instagram right now, and you tell me anything Raiders related on his Instagram or his Twitter. It's nothing Raiders related. Because he deserves to be cut. He deserves it. He's not worth being. So you're gonna pay a guy almost $4 million to be a third string? Get out of here, man. Come on, dog. I'm not paying somebody almost $4 million to be a third string running back. That's too much. Or you need to reconstruct his contract like you did Marcus Mariota. Let's be real. If you really want to keep Jalen Richard, restructure his contract so we can open up more cap space to go get players like KJ Wright. Let's see if he'll restructure. Let's see if he'll allow to restructure. But this offseason made me not be a fan of Jalen Richard. It made me not be a fan. It made me not be a fan of Jalen Richard this offseason. He done nothing in his offseason. He has done nothing to be on this team. He has done not a damn thing to make this football team. And I'm being real. And Trey Regis was great in the preseason with pass protection. He didn't deserve a spot over Regis. I'm sorry. He just didn't. He didn't deserve a spot over Regis. If y'all want to listen, y'all can say whatever y'all want in the chat. I got the number right there. You want to call up and at me on this? 267-957-1431. Call me.
Eureka CA1707.
You calling the Spotlight Raiders Talk with Spotlight. Who is this and where you calling from? Hello?
Hey, I can hear you. You got to talk, though, in between. I can't.
Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you good. Go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, man? Well, who's this and where you calling from?
I'm calling from California.
All right, man. What's going on, man? What you got for me today, brother?
It's Dick Vitale. Did you hear me?
No, I didn't hear that part. But what's going on, Dick Vitale? What's good? What's good with you?
It's all good. Hey, listen, here's what you got to tell everybody. I hear you getting excited about all this, but because there's an extra week before the season starts, these rosters are going to be in flux more than they ever have been. Okay? So that's going to make a difference. All these rosters are going to be changing. You got guys that they got to put on temporary IR. So you're going to see a lot of this from a lot of teams that are cutting good guys to try to get them through waivers to get them back on their practice squads.
I could completely understand that, but I don't think Trey Regis is a practice squad player. That's just from what I've seen. I don't think he's a practice squad player.
Right, but what I'm saying is you're going to see a bunch of teams there's probably going to be 4 or 5 guys on each of these waiver wires that they didn't want to cut, but they had to. A lot of other issues are involved too. I listen to everything all over across the board, and there is contract
negotiations involved. There's money involved. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's behind the scenes in these guys. So what they have to do is they have to make all this consideration when they're building this roster and try to get some of these guys through to their practice squads, to bring back with guys that they put on temporary IR. Like we have two guys that for sure, like Morrow and White, that we want to bring back within like 6 games or whatever. So, like I said, there's a game going on here too.
Yeah, I could completely understand where you're coming from, but just from the outside looking in as a fan, and as we saw what we saw in the preseason, I feel like Jalen Richard did not deserve a spot on this roster. Understand he's been here for 5 years, he's a vet, everything of that nature, but this guy is getting paid almost $4 million to be a third string. Why we just don't cut ties with Jalen Richard and put that money into positions that we need? Why keep a player that's barely going to see the field?
I totally agree with you. But like I said, you got to understand there's relationships with coaches here involved where, like, let's say Sean McVay and John Gruden. That's why you see trades between certain teams that you're like, why are we always trading with this team? That's the kind of stuff that goes on behind the scenes, right? And they say, okay, we're not going to pick up your practice squad guy. We know you want to protect that guy. And you don't pick up our practice squad guy because we want that guy too, right? So you got that going on behind the scenes too. That's stuff that I look at as being, I was a coach before and everything. And I try to tell people, but I don't want to argue with everybody all the time online. Everybody's got an opinion, so whatever. The point is that there's a lot more going on behind the scenes than we know about. Okay. A lot of these guys also, we didn't get to see all the practices. We got to see what we saw, what they showed us. But a lot of that stuff is just garbage time. A lot of the preseason stuff is garbage
time. Which I agree with you, Dave Vitale, but we haven't even seen Jalen Richard practice.
I know, but we know what Jalen Richard, we know what he is. That's like everybody saying, well, Derek Carr, these guys ought to play in the preseason. We already know what they are.
Yeah, we already know what they are, but which I completely understand. But now you have a guy in Trey Regis that was on an uprise. Why you don't want, as me being a player, if I'm Jalen Richard and I don't have no real serious injury, I'm going to go out there and compete for my spot.
Right, but that's, like I said, that's the chance you take. Some of these guys are going to get picked up, but I think there's also an unspoken little bit of a thing going on behind the scenes with these coaches and teams that they say, hey, you got a couple guys that we want to kind of keep off limits. And you know how the things work. If you do it in business enough times and you kind of screw everybody over, they're going to do it to you too, right? So that's how some of this stuff works behind the scenes.
It's like having a job and having seniority. But in the NFL, a spot is not guaranteed. So now we're allowing spots to be guaranteed now. We understand that we have those first strings that's going to make the squad. We know that already. We know those first and second strings, they still go out there and compete. Derek Carr still went out there and competed with Mariota in practice. He still went out there and competed with Peterman, knowing that he still was going to be the number one guy.
Right.
So as a player, for me as a player, I'm sitting here. I understand the business aspect of things, but if I'm Mike Mayock, and I'm looking at this from a business aspect, Jalen Richard needs to reconstruct his contract or get cut.
I agree. I mean, I love Jalen Richard just because he's the story of a guy you want on your team, right?
Right.
Guy that comes in, works hard, makes the team, does everything you want. We understand that. But like I said, we don't know everything that's going on behind the scenes. They hide guys on these rosters too on IR. They do it a lot. And so like I said, we as fans, we only see what they show us. And the Raiders are a team that keeps things close to the vest. I mean, they don't tell us. They're like Bill Belichick and his whole thing. They don't tell you anything, and then they cut Cam Newton today. It's just one of those things we have to deal with. That's why I was kept on putting up Micah Kaiser's name. I feel like that's a guy that the Rams are trying to get bad back because they didn't want to cut him. I listened to 2 different shows this morning. Sean McVay was one of them that said him, but they also had all the NFL Network guys on another show, and they were talking about it. His name got brought up. So, like I said, there's guys going to be on every single roster that get cut today that everybody's going to be like, what in the world's going on? And we're going to see that these rosters are in flux for the next week straight. So I just wanted to tell you that. I saw you getting all excited. I'm super glad that you're doing better. I watched that whole show where Docs and everybody felt like they were trying to get you back on the upbeat. So I'm just glad to see you on here doing good. And I wanted to call in and just say, stay excited about the Raiders. I think it'll be fine.
I appreciate it, Dick Vitale. I appreciate because you really don't call up to the show when I do these things, man. And I know,
No, not usually.
Not usually. And other shows be going on, other Raiders shows, so everybody be trying to be in different chats while all the Raiders YouTubers is going live almost at the same time. So I could completely understand, bro. But it was definitely appreciate you calling up and giving, both aspects from it, from being from the outside looking in and from the behind the scenes. So I do appreciate it.
Yeah, just like I said, I want everybody you're going to have to stay calm for the next week and see what happens because things are going to change all over the place. Trades, all kinds of stuff. Like I said, this is a big day. There's a lot of names going to be on everybody's list that are going to be like, oh my God. And you just got to know that behind the scenes, these guys are working. And you know how it is when there's money involved. You know what I mean? There's other things going on, so we just got to stay calm. Know that we got a pretty good deep roster. Like I said, I feel better about this roster than I have. Yeah, we got a couple positions, that are going to need work, but they're going to address all that, coming up in the next week. So I think we'll be fine. Well, you have a good day. I appreciate your show, and thanks for doing it, man.
Oh, appreciate it. Thank you for calling up. No problem, bro.
All right, sounds good. Thanks. Bye.
And shout out to Dick Vitale for calling up to the show. He really don't call up to the show, and usually stay in the chat. And I can't be,
Hammer House, text now audio.
Oh, here comes Hammer House. Hammer, what's up, brother?
What's up, big dog?
What's going on, man? Did you hear Dick Vitale's call?
I just heard probably the last 3-4 minutes of it.
I kind of agree with him. I kind of agree with him here, but in the same token, just as a former football player in ourselves, from the outside looking in, Jalen Richard didn't deserve a spot on this roster. He just didn't. And for Trey Regis,
you're preaching to the choir.
Trey Regis, I'm just shocked about, but he said it's still another week of football and a lot of roster changes might still be happening. But if Regis end up going to another team, I'm going to be pissed.
I'll be blowing up Jalen Richard's Twitter until he shuts that shit down because he looked so good in training camp. He looked good in the preseason games.
All three
Richard has not done shit. Yeah, Richard hasn't done shit. We haven't seen shit. He's been injured. Before training camp, he took all his Raider shit down and was running his mouth, even though he was still a part of this team. Why bring somebody back like that? That's a fucking cancer. Fuck him.
I mean, but the final. I don't know if you saw the full cut, so I'm gonna let you know what it is because it's on Raiders.com. But the players that did get cut: Matt Bushman, Lester Cotton, Matt Dickerson, Keelan Doss, BJ Edmonds, Jerry Green, Garrett Grossick, Devery Hamilton, Isaiah Johnson, Jair Jones-Smith, which we already know, Dallin Leggett, we already knew. Jimmy Morrissey is a shocker to me. I really wish he should have made this team. Jeremiah Patazzi, Trey Regis, Max Richardson, Niall Scott, Dylan Stoner, DJ Turner, Kendall Victors. Then John Brown asked for his release. That was another thing, too. He asked for his release. So technically, he didn't want to be a Raider. Derek Carrier, Carl Joseph, Patrick Omay, whatever how you say his name, Belindy Ware Wilson, that's another guy. Bilal Asmar or Asmar Bilal, whatever his name is, Alex Ellis, and placed on the reserve in the suspended list, Neville Lawson. Now, the thing about this is, and I'm gonna let the chat say what they say, but I kept telling the chat about Neville Lawson. You can't cut him until he's officially back on the roster. Since he's suspended for 2 games, he's not really considered on the roster because he's suspended. So he has to be away from the team. So according to what NFL said, you can't cut a player that is suspended.
So you cut him after those 2 weeks and then try to get Regis back.
Exactly. You cut him after those 2 weeks.
I'm disgusted right now because Regis ain't there. John Brown's requesting to be released. Then why the hell did you sign in the first place? We could have had DJ Turner on that roster now as a result of that.
I know we released 4 wide receivers. So that's Dylan Stoner, Keelan Doss, DJ Turner, and John Brown. That's the 4 receivers that we released on the 53-man roster. So that means that Zay Jones, Hunter Renfrow, Brian Edwards, Henry Ruggs, Willie Snead. That's 5. That's 5 receivers. So we only keep it 5 instead of 6?
And they talked about keeping 6. So something, I don't know, man. This shit is all over the place now.
Yeah. Nick Bowers made the team, but I'm not surprised that Nick Bowers made the team after how he played against the 49ers. He gave us the only touchdown in the 49ers game.
That touchdown was good too. Dude fucking regained his momentum by pushing himself back up to continue to run it in. I was impressed by that.
And the thing about it is,
that's something you learn as a little kid. That was great.
And the thing about it is, I hope John Gruden and Mike Mayock learns from this. Don't sign anybody with the last name Brown. Please. I hope y'all learned y'all lesson.
Right.
I really hope Mike Mayock and John Gruden learned their lesson from don't sign anybody. Trent Brown,
and now
Smoke. This should be your last time signing someone with the last name Brown. Don't
if I could
do
right
it.
now, I'd play Doodoo Brown. If I could, I would just play Doodoo Brown to get everybody hyped right now. This is some bullshit, man. I'm just at a loss of words right now. Like, I haven't even got a chance to sit down and really look. Like, I was looking all over the place. But, you know, a bunch of shit's been going on in here tonight. I haven't been able to really, truly look at the final roster. But everything I'm hearing now, a lot of the cuts I already had in my mind anyways, like, these guys were going to go. John Brown, I said he was most likely going to get cut, but now he's asking to be released. Whatever.
Right.
Regis should be on the fucking roster right now. Richard ain't gonna do shit. Mr. Fumbleitis, Mr. All in My Feelings. Telling you now, you ain't gonna be getting that burn that you're expecting to get on the offense with Drake and Josh together. Fuck out of here.
The only way that Jalen Richard stays on his roster, right? The only way that he stays on his roster if he takes a pay cut. That's I want to see him take a pay cut. Because if I'm a GM, I'm not paying a guy almost $4 million to be a third string. I'm just not doing it. I'm not. Nope. So you're going to have to split his contract. If he's getting paid up to $4 million, you're going to have to restructure that contract in that whatever cap space that we have, add that to it and address our offensive line and linebackers.
Facts.
Tim Brown, of course, Vinny Thomas, I agree with you. Tim Brown and Willie Brown was the only 2 Browns that we love from the Raiders. That's it.
Willie White Shoes.
That's it. Lawson was put on the suspension reserve list. Yeah, he was. Yes. I mean, that means Willie Snead must did something. I don't know. He didn't do much in actual preseason games, but he must have probably outplayed John Brown in training camp. He had to for him to make this team because everybody thought that everybody thought John Brown. A lot of people thought that John Brown was going to make the team and Willie Snead was going to get cut. That's what a lot of the Raider Nation thought of.
I said Brown a couple of times. If anybody looks back, I definitely said Brown a couple of times. So it is what it is at this point. Like, yo, like it's got to be in the name or something. Minus Tim and Willie, of course. But these other Browns seem to just fucking quit on us. Fuck them. We ain't gonna miss you. That's it.
But when I look at these cuts, right? I mean, Kendall Victors, he was the odd man out when it came to that defensive line. But Darius Fallon makes the roster. Roderick Teamer makes the roster. And Meek Robinson makes the roster. I mean, even if these guys that we didn't like the fact that they got cut, the players that made the team, I have to respect it. Meek Robinson was having a terrible training camp into the last 2 weeks.
Facts.
To the last 2 weeks, and he improved in those last 2 weeks. I love that because you know why? Gus Bradley put him somewhere that he belonged. When he played at Louisiana, he played on the outside. He was never a slot corner in college. He was never a slot corner. So I love that Meek Robinson plays on the outside.
The one thing Gus Bradley said from the jump, the first press conference he had as the Raiders' new defensive coordinator, that he was going to play to these guys' strengths. And that's exactly what he's doing right now.
Right.
But I'm not going to keep the phone line because I know there's probably a whole bunch of Raider Nation, Black Hole Nation in here right now that wants to jump on with you. I'm going to get my ass back to work. We will talk tomorrow. We'll talk at some point tonight. I got to get back in anyways.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling up. Make sure y'all go over and subscribe to Hammer's House. Make sure y'all go subscribe. He probably going to do an update of the 53-man roster on his channel. So make sure y'all go over there and subscribe and show love. Thanks, brother. Thank you for calling up.
Of course, bro. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Shout out to Hammer House calling up, y'all. Shout out to Hammer House calling up. And, man, this has been a very interesting day of the finalization of the 53-man roster. So John Brown, Willie Sneeze beats out John Brown. All right, so here we go. And thank you for calling the Spotlight. Raiders Talk with Spotlight. Who is this and where you calling from?
New York, King Savage.
Yo, King, what's up, brother? What's going on, my guy?
Oh man, I don't know why Lev is still on this team, man.
Lev is not on this team. He's cut.
Oh, they cut him?
Yeah, he's cut.
Okay. Yeah, but I wasn't with Carl Joseph. I wasn't I don't know why we cut him. I like Carl Joseph.
I think the reasoning of cutting Carl Joseph, I think they just didn't see enough of him. He barely practiced in training camp.
To me,
in
his last season with us, he played good. That Detroit game, he played good. That Chargers game, he played good. And then he had that injury, and then after that, we had to let him go. But
I never thought.
I like.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead. No, go ahead. You got the floor, brother. You got the floor.
No, I like Carl Joseph. He's a hard hitting safety, and he plays with a lot of heart. So and he's a dog. That's what I like. I like guys to play like to play like dogs, and they ain't scared of nothing.
Yeah, which I can agree with you when it comes to Carl Joseph. I think he's one of the hell of a big hitter. I think the only issue that a lot of people had with Carl Joseph was his cover skills. I think that was the only. Yeah, he had that one good season in Cleveland, but if you look at him in coverage, I mean, yeah, he had that one pick that Thursday night against the Chargers, but other than that,
and look,
I don't know.
I just like how he goes get the ball, even though he's small. How to he like tip the ball out. I like how he does that stuff, like as a safety. I just thought him and Abram would fit together because we saw it in Week 1 in 2019 when we played Denver. But it is what it is.
But just like, Dick Vitale said on the call, you just never know how this roster is really going to shape out until next week, until game week. So roster, players might be changed. Some people might be in, some people might be out. You never know. So as when I talked to Dick Vitale, it made me a little bit more optimistic on what the roster is going to look like by next week, because you never know. It could be contracts involved. You could be, other things that's involved. And tragedy turned Trump in the chat. It's almost $4 million. It's like almost like 3.2 or 3.3 or something like that for Jalen Richard. It's not just $3 million.
I already knew we were keeping Jalen Richard because Gruden was talking about him like yeah, we just gotta wait till he gets healthy. He's gonna be good. The way he was talking about Jalen Richard, I was like, yeah, Reagan might be gone because Gruden still likes Jalen Richard.
So,
and
how you feel about the wide receiver core?
The receiving core, John Brown wasn't playing good in the preseason, so I don't know about John Brown, but if Ruggs shows up and Brian Edwards, they got stronger, they got bigger, and we got Snead. We kept Snead, right?
Yeah, we kept Willie Snead. Yes.
Yeah, I like Willie Snead. I think he's a good. He's a low key good player. I think he's gonna do some work for us. I'm glad Waller didn't play no preseason games. We can't risk. He's our best player. We can't risk that.
Just to let you know, Tater Tay, I highlighted. If you look at the screen, I highlighted Dalen Levette's name on the roster cuts. So he did get cut. Dalen Levette did get cut, y'all.
Nixon's still on the team, right?
Yep, Nixon is still on the team. Amik Robinson is still on the team as well.
I like Nick. I try to Sun Joku, and I remember Doc was talking about his height. I was like, just wait till he plays in a preseason game, and he gonna show up, and he gets out of Paul Gunter system. He's gonna play better, much better. He showed up, man, in those three preseason games. In the Seahawks game, he kind of showed up. In the Rams game, he played good, and then and then the 49er game, he turned up in that game. Oh my God!
And I think the reason I kind of feel like they kept Snead on this football team because number one, he knows the Ravens. Him and Yannick knows the Ravens, and they played him week one. So they got a little
all the offense.
Right. He got a little insight. Him and Yannick got the insight from an offensive standpoint and a defensive standpoint. But I think Snead made the team because I just think he outplayed John Brown. And I think John Brown was salty that he got outplayed by Willie Snead and asked for his release. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, John Brown wasn't catching the ball. He just looked off. It looked like, I don't know what it was. It just looked like he didn't fit with us. You know?
I don't know. I can't really say if he fit with us because we haven't seen him like in preseason with Derek Carr and how he would, be with Derek Carr. We couldn't even see him with, Mariota. That's another story, another time about Marcus Mariota. It's another time for that. But we saw him with a third string quarterback. So, but in the same time, if Snead still outplayed you in training camp, even in the joint practices, and you felt salty about it, if you want to leave, then leave.
Yeah, I was like, he's like, I'm going. Because I heard they didn't want to start him, so he was like, what? I ain't doing with this.
Now, I kind of agree with what John Beck said in the chat. He said, why cut DJ Turner? Renfro doesn't need to return punts. He's too valuable. I agree.
Yeah, I don't want Renfro to return white punts. He's too small. He's going to get hurt, man. He's not built like that. Dawes we should have kept Dawes for the punt return. I wanted Dawes to return punts.
Yeah, I got a
'Cause
feeling. I
he's
got a feeling.
fast.
I got a feeling they're gonna bring Doss back. They're gonna do what they did last year with him.
Yeah, I want him to return punt. I like him in the punt. I think he could do that better than Hunter Renfrow.
It's going to be
And
interesting.
Yeah. And Regis, I don't know what the Regis was having a great.
I didn't understand the Trey Regas cut or the Jimmy Morrissey cut. I think it was the only two questionable cuts that I seen on this roster. I mean, a lot of people thought that a lot of the Raider Nation thought Lester Cotton was going to stay. I knew Lester Cotton was going to get cut. I was one of those guys that I felt like Lester, understand he's an Alabama guy, and Gruden and Mayock loves those Alabama boys, but I knew that Lester Cotton was not going to make the cut. I knew that. Isaiah Johnson was another one I knew that wasn't going to make the cut. He hasn't played well since he's been here, even under Paul Gunner, even under Gus Bradley. At the end of the day, Isaiah Johnson's been hurt, and he has not lived up to his potential.
He's too slow too, man. Like last year, I was watching him. I'm like, dang, this dude is slow. You know, he's a big dude, but he's slow, man. He can't stay healthy. You gotta go. Yeah, I just thought he was too slow. I like quick corners or and safeties. I don't like my corner slow.
So for all the 181 people that's in the chat right now, I'm just going to give y'all a rundown of what the actual roster is, as far as the people that has been waived. So Matt Bushman, Lester Cotton, Matt Dickerson, Keelan Doss, B.J. Edmonds, Jerry Green, Garrett Groshek, Devery Hamilton, Isaiah Johnson, Jared Jones-Smith, Dalen Levitt, Jimmy Morrisley, Jeremiah Patazzi, Trey Regis, Max Richardson, Niles Scott, Dylan Stoner, DJ Turner, Kendall Victors, John Brown, Derek Carrier, Carl Joseph, Patrick Omey, Belidi Ware Wilson, how you pronounce his name? Asmar Bilal, Alex Ellis, and you really can't cut Never Lost It until after the 2 games of his suspension. So Never Lost It is going to be on his team, but technically he's not really on his team because of the 2-game suspension.
Lost. Oh my god, that dude is trash. I'm sorry, that dude is trash.
I think they're going to cut him. I think they're going to cut him after the 2-game suspension.
Yeah, he. I thought you said Levitt was cut.
Say what?
I thought you said Levitt was cut.
Yeah, I said it. I said Dalen Levitt.
Okay.
Yeah, he's right. He's right under Jared Jones-Smith. I have it highlighted so the nation can see it.
All right.
But thank you, King. You got something else to say? Because I know the line is blowing up.
I was gonna say Ray Nation. I was gonna say Ray Nation for life, man. And we gonna make it to the playoffs this season. I like this team. I like where we're going. I like the direction. And let's go Raiders.
Absolutely, brother. Absolutely. Really do appreciate you calling up to the show.
All right, man. Let's go on.
Shout out to my boy King Savage for being in the chat and calling up to the show. I know a lot of y'all has been calling up, but I know I got to take one call at a time. So here we go. You call. I'm waiting for it to connect. Give me a second. Can you hear me, brother? All right, let me just end these calls real quick. Thank you for calling the Spotlight Raiders Talk with Spotlight. Who is this and where you calling from? Thank you for calling the Spotlight Raiders Talk with Spotlight. Who is this and where you calling from?
Richard Vega calling from Georgia, better known as R. Vega.
What's going on, R. Vega? What's going on with you, brother? What's up with you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. I'm doing really good, man. You know, kind of feeling some type of way about this roster, but I gotta see it from the outside looking in. But what you up to, brother?
Ain't nothing much, and it's great to see you back on air, man. I'm happy you made it through the hospital. The whole just situation out there with you, and just happy to hear you back on the air, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much, man. It's been a long road to recovery. People say 14 days is not a lot, but that's a lot of days, man. That is a lot of days.
But you know what? You gotta be thankful for them because there's some people ain't coming home at all, and some people, so just be thankful you're home.
Yeah, I'm blessed, man. I'm really, really blessed.
Are.
But
anyway, I'm gonna get into this roster now. You gotta remember the Raiders only kept 52, so the Raiders got a spot open for just somebody who might get cut and they're gonna bring in right away and sign. So I don't know that big name out there, but just keep in mind that they have a roster spot open, and the three that they signed, but tomorrow they're gonna put them on the pump list is Morrow, White, and Jalen Richard. Now, if they had cut them, or either cut them today, but then try to sign them again, that they would have to stay out at least 7 to 6 weeks,
right,
or maybe the whole year. But tomorrow, I guarantee you that 3 of them go on the pup list, and then they have four spots open. So then now it might open the door for some of these guys that got cut today to be back on the roster.
Parkham is
and then I guess they're really waiting for people to get cut and just bring some names aboard. What do you think about that?
That it's a good idea. It's a good idea. I could completely be honest with that. I mean, if they put Jalen Richard on the pulp list, put Morrow on the pulp list, put Javid White on the pulp list, is a possibility that you can, bring like a Trey Regis or Jimmy Morrisley back. You know what I'm saying?
So now, but the thing about how we gonna use seed.
Hello? Hello? What happened, brother? Hello? Can you hear me? All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. I'm back on the live, but something happened with my internet on my computer, and I am so sorry for everything that just went down. My internet just literally just went out on my computer. I don't know what happened, and it sucked. It sucked. And right now, I don't have any internet in my house, so I'm using my actual cell phone at this moment. So I am going to end the live. I'm gonna try to pull up the docs, live stream. But that's your 53-man roster. We was live for almost an hour and a half. I want to thank I am going to pull up to the show. For some reason, I don't know what just happened, man. I'm trying to get my internet back. It went out on me, and it is what it is. But I will definitely have a video up breaking down the actual 53-man roster. Make sure y'all comment, like, and subscribe to the channel, y'all. I really do appreciate it. It's the Spotlight Raiders Talk. I love all of y'all that was in here. Is this your first time ever being at the YouTube page? We do suggest that y'all subscribe, hit the bell button, and get the latest news at All Raiders News. Thank y'all so much, man. We love y'all. Peace out. Love and blessings. I'm out of here, y'all. Peace.
Once a Raider, bruh, always a Raider, bruh. Shit simple as that. You look silver and black. Lot of bread invested in that O-line. Car insurance cost the arm and the leg to reach that goal line. It's go time.